Hey guys, it's September 9th, 2018. It's a windy, cloudy day in Seattle, and it has been sprinkling a little bit. So yeah, the season is definitely changing. Here we have the raspberry, and you can see some deformation of the leaves at the top. And you can see I also clean up the raspberry pot, leaving only two plants right now. I throw away the other ones. And here we have a big spider guy. I think it's been around the garden for a few months. And yeah, the tomato, it's just pretty much the same. It's dying back, I think. And this is what I harvested today, or at least this week. And the rhubarb looks good. I mean, it's still sending out big new leaves. Same thing with the calla lily, potato, still dying back, and there's still some new growth. And here you can see a potato poking out from the soil. Hydrangea, here's a new flower actually, and I believe that's from this big plant. And the big plant is doing well. You can see the new growth is getting taller now. And this guy looks pretty much the same. Blueberry. Look at the strawberry. As you can see, I move all the runners over to the other side now. So they're like hanging from the balcony now. I decided not to plant the runners because they're just too many and I don't have enough space. Yeah, look at these. There's so many of them. So yeah, I ended up deciding just let them stay there, and I want to see how they overwinter. And you can see these new strawberry plants are still growing really nicely, lots of new leaves, but no flower. And that's another reason why I'm not planting the runners, because I'm not getting any new strawberry fruits. The wildflower pot, you can see the sweet asylum, and here we have a lacy facilia. You can see that's a darker version than this guy, and this is also the lacy facilia flowers, and this is plain corpses, another lacy facilia. We have a bunch of them. I'm curious of the darker version, what the flower color it's gonna be like. Another wildflower pot, just a bunch of seedlings, and that California poppy is still growing. The plain corpse is still flowering, looks pretty much the same. These guys, same thing. Blueberry, I haven't been harvesting them because I'm too lazy, so lots of the fruits are dried up. But yeah, there's still lots of fruits, and the leaves has started changing colors. So it's dying back, and the same thing with the lily of the valley. It's definitely dying back. The mulberry leaves are kind of curling inwards. I don't know why. And you can see this little guy over here. Grasshopper thingy. But yeah, mulberries are doing well. Dahlia still flowering, and you can see the leaves are covered by powdery mildew. Pineapple, you can see it's growing pretty well. Can't really see any huge difference, but you can definitely see the plant has straightened itself up. This new growth from asparagus plant, you can see that one has died back. And yeah, just lots of new growths, so that's perfect. Same thing as the bigger asparagus plants. Rosemary, the succulents all looks pretty much the same. A little concerned about this guy though. The leaf is kind of yellowish. Don't know. We'll see. Yeah, all of these guys all look very nice. California poppy, it's growing back, and the flower has faded. The flowers from last week. Ivy, Hydrangea all look really good. Artichoke, peony is definitely dying back. Catnip, lavender. I think it's probably the end of the season for the lavender too. It's not really sending out more flowers. I don't know. Stone pine, looking healthy though. Lots of new growth. Venus flytrap, and grape. Grape is doing well. It's being shaped into this little canopy looking thing. I've been just tying the stems onto the structure. So yeah, you can see they're like adapting pretty well. And as for the indoor garden, you can see the zebra succulent plant. The flower has faded and the tip has turned yellow. The plant is still alive. I guess it's because the seeds, the flowers were not fertilized. That's why it's still alive. And the snake plant looks the same. Lots of new growth. And here we have the saffron fern. It's dried and the leaves is still coming out. This Venus slipper orchid, still here. And I think the flower is gonna last for at least a month or more. So yeah, it's looking good. This guy, and then this one. And then these other guys are all growing still. You can see the snake plants sending out new leaves. This wandering, whatever, it's actively growing. Your snake plants looks the same, and let's look at this most exciting part. You can see here we have a flower stem, and then here's another one, and then here's the third one. Last week I think we only saw 2, and this week we can see there's 3. So yeah, very excited for that. I'll keep you updated. Maybe I'll make a separate video for these guys even. And this orchid, some of the leaves actually rotted last week, so I kind of reduced the amount of water. Hopefully it will recover. This ficus tree is not doing as well as I think. There's not really any new growth. Right here we have the hanging plant. This guy looks pretty much the same. Snake plants, pretty much the same. Lots of new growth. Phalaenopsis, it's looking good. I think it's getting straightened out by my support. And the new leaf is getting bigger, you can see. And the Hoya plants, let's look at that new growth. It's right here. You can see the vine, it's getting longer now. Now it's going to the second node. 1, 2, yeah, second node. And yeah, it's the Hoya plant, it's sending out lots of new growth recently. And the air plant is looking good. I think it's growing, like there's more leaves coming out from the center. And this saffron fern is looking good as well. Let's take a closer look at the growth. You can see there's 2 new leaves coming up. If you look closely, you can see kind of the third leaf that's gonna come up pretty soon. Hopefully we'll see some shield fronds. That's probably gonna take a while though. And these succulents are all looking good. This snake plant is really growing. The leaves are getting a lot bigger. And just want to double check whether we can see that new growth I showed you a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if you can see it. if you see it, just let me know in the comments, because I can't really see it from here.